On November 2nd, a 7-day lockdown was imposed by the Chinese Communist government on the main area where Foxconn is located. Foxconn Zhengzhou is the world's largest iPhone factory, and most of its employees are young people. Foxconn told Reuters in a statement that the Zhengzhou factory campus continues to operate under a closed-loop management. The Chinese government has stipulated that no one in the lockdown area can leave the premises except for anti-epidemic volunteers and essential service workers. As a result of the harsh restrictions, no more Foxconn employees are likely to leave or flee the factory. This lockdown comes after the latest wave of the outbreak in the city of Zhengzhou, Henan province, which has forced more than 20,000 out of 200,000 Foxconn employees to be quarantined. As a result of the chaotic anti-epidemic situation and the devastating impact of disease, starvation, and other disasters, more than 20,000 employees fled the plant between October 30th and November 1st. Many of them went on the journey on foot. So what happened to those Foxconn employees after they reached home?
Today's wind is a bit strong. It has blown on this small tent that it barely stands. See, this tent is about to collapse. Hear this sound? Is the wind big or not? Listen to the sound of this plastic paper. Gosh, there's no way to stay here any longer. The ground is all sand and dirt, and the freezing cold is unbearable. My goodness, the condition is really terrible.
Videos gradually came out, and we can see that the first challenge faced by employees who escaped from Foxconn is the quarantine. Most of the quarantine sites are set up in the open field. They are improvised tents, etc. In the cold weather of November, such a crude condition is simply stunning as it can hardly keep out the cold. In some of the quarantine areas, notices are hung up that read, "Don't approach as returning Foxconn workers are in quarantine." Some workers who escaped from Foxconn have been denied access to their hometowns, so they can't get home. When the workers can't find a place to stay for the time being, they sleep in the grass or on the roadside. November 2nd should be the last day Foxconn employees can escape. Thank you all for your hard work to the company. November attendance incentive policy is hot out of the oven. Working a full month can get an extra 15,000 RMB, a bonus of 15,000 RMB. In addition to the basic salary, there is an extra 400 RMB and a full attendance gets 5,000 RMB. It's better to go back to work than go home and be quarantined. You might as well wait until the outbreak recedes and go home for the new year in peace.
You are blocking me from leaving. My work term has expired. Why are you blocking me from leaving?
Despite the news of the mass escape of the Foxconn employees that has shocked the world, there has been little improvement in the living conditions of more than 20,000 employees who are placed under quarantine. Some employees said every day they relied on sleep to fight hunger, but eventually they have become too hungry to sleep. On November 3rd at 2 a.m., the quarantine staff, also known as dabai, suddenly came to the dormitory and knocked on the rooms one by one, seemingly taking stock of the situation. This is November 3rd, Foxconn dormitory. Look at so many people wearing white, and those with suitcases. They are the ones being taken away for quarantine. These are the marks left by those who escaped 2 days ago. Now I'm trying to climb over the wire fence. I don't know if I can make it. Oops, I have no idea if I can go over it. I am gonna try. There are too many guards on the road outside. In response to public attention, on November 3rd, the Zhengzhou municipal government held a press conference on the outbreak. It announced that 3,899 neighborhoods have been unblocked, but local residents say that they aren't really unblocked, but will likely be locked down and controlled again at any time. The municipality also said it will set up 20 inspection groups to inspect the neighborhoods, investigate the ones that meet the conditions for unblocking but aren't, and hold those in charge accountable. Surely, this won't include the area where the Foxconn factory is located, which is currently under lockdown.
Strictly implement the stay-at-home policy. Services are provided at your doorstep, and supply packages containing vegetables, medicine, and anti-epidemic items will be delivered to your home every 3 days by a designated person.
No matter what the government announcement is, whether it's to lock down a place or lift it, the public is outraged. Underneath the City Hall's live stream, curses poured in. Citizens wrote angrily, "Liar, liar, 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 liar." College students want to go home, go home, go home. I haven't washed for a month, and I can't go downstairs either. This is not the way to go, staying inside the dorm every day. It's very painful. Please tell the truth. Resign, liars. Livestream your lies, liar. You deceive the higher-ups and we die because of it. Liars go to hell. Shortly after, the live comment feature was turned off. In fact, China today still looks like one big quarantine camp.
See, the parents are here with long poles. These children have no food and drink. Look at all these kids at the window, begging the school staff to help them make calls for help.
In various provinces, lockdowns come and go at any time, and it's impossible to prepare for them. This is the Haizhu district in Guangzhou, where people were notified on November 3rd that the entire area would be locked down starting November 5th, scaring a large number of people into driving away overnight.
Come and take a look. The Great Escape. This is under my apartment. I'm on the balcony. Look at the clock. What time is it? It's 11:30 at night. I heard there will be a lockdown control. There will be a silent period for 3 days.
A resident in Haizhu told Radio Free Asia, "Because it's going to be sealed, those who can leave quickly are leaving. If they don't leave, they are afraid of being locked up. And what if they don't have anything to eat?" In this district, there are 2 neighborhoods where the government has simply implemented a complete evacuation. This is the night of November 4th. The government suddenly launched an operation in the middle of the night, sending away tens of thousands of people in large buses, transporting them to various places for quarantine. Can you imagine that in this affluent and civilized city, government officials suddenly come to the door late at night to evict tens of thousands of people from their homes and then force them onto buses in groups? This operation, which lasted from late at night until dawn, included the family pets that residents were asked to take away too. Local residents told overseas Chinese media that there were about 200,000 people in these 2 neighborhoods and that they should all be cleared out. So the crowds we saw being evicted like refugees are just the beginning of the story. On November 5th, Guangzhou officials said that the hidden chain of transmission of the epidemic in Haizhou district hasn't been completely intercepted, and the city is facing the most complicated and severe outbreak in the 3 years of the epidemic, etc. The Dabai have appeared in formation. It's not clear if they are epidemic prevention personnel or police.
Let's see how many buses are there. How many people? How many buses?
Wow, rows and rows of buses. Look, they are all buses. There are also standing guards. All of them are here to collect people. Some people are lucky enough to be placed in hotels for quarantine, while some still don't know where they will be sent in the end. We left at 2:30 a.m. last night and arrived here at 4:30 a.m. When we got here, the Huadu district wouldn't accept us. We've been waiting and it's 10 a.m. now. They are still arguing there. They are saying the Huadu district won't accept us, but we cannot go back. What are we supposed to do? Where will the most unlucky ones end up? We are going to live in the mountains. We are transported to the mountains. Urban areas don't take us. They're setting up tents on the mountain. Look, excavators. The excavators are leveling the ground and they're going to build us tents. We're going to be camping. Damn it, we were taken at 12 a.m. last night and now are placed in the mountains. Damn it. The streets of Haiju District in Guangzhou are now separated and blocked off with iron plates. Communist officials are usually rather inefficient, but they are surprisingly quick in implementing the zero-virus policy. Similarly, this is a neighborhood in Lanzhou, a city in northwest China. A large number of special police officers rushed here at night. Previously, on November 1st, a 3-year-old boy fainted due to gas poisoning in the northwestern city of Lanzhou, but the local authorities blocked the parents on the grounds of epidemic prevention, so the best time for resuscitation was missed, and he passed away after reaching the hospital. After the incident was reported, it quickly rose to the top search list and sparked a huge public outcry on Chinese social media platforms. Many netizens demanded that the authorities investigate the incident thoroughly and hold those responsible accountable. Shortly after that, and on the same night, a SWAT team arrived.
Damn it, you SWAT police come faster than the ambulance. See how fast the SWAT team is? It's heartbreaking.
You guys are bull. The Communist Party, you guys are bull. The Communist Party is bullish.
It turns out that the SWAT police is for this purpose.
The Communist Party is really bull. This may be the Chinese speed, or the speed of the CCP. Let's take a look at Shanghai, the R&D center of Huawei, a major technology company where an outbreak is said to have occurred. The big buses are lined up again like ghosts in the night to haul people away. We are now at the south gate of the Huawei R&D center. Take a look. A vehicle is transporting supplies inside. The gate is closed. It's now 6:40 p.m. at night. At the south gate of the Huawei R&D Center, a lot of buses came suddenly, all with double flashing lights on. A police car is following along. Take a look. There are many of them. There are 5 buses. They should be here to move people, right? This wave of transportation is estimated to have 200 people. Several more buses just arrived. There are 8 now. Let's wait a bit more and see. Will the following mode of life become the memory of a generation of Chinese people? In the terrible environment, repeat the monotony of life and be thankful to be alive. Let's eat. Dinner time. Mealtime. As we enter November, many areas of Wuhan, the city where the epidemic first began, are still under lockdown with a tendency to intensify. The local residents speculate that it's because the World Wetland Conference was held in Wuhan on November 5th, which led to the escalation of Wuhan's blockade control since November, and many previously unsealed neighborhoods have been sealed off. The residents of Wuhan who have been caught in the endless lockdowns are banging pots and bowls at night in protest. One neighborhood finally couldn't take it anymore. Residents rallied, stormed through the barriers, pushed them open, and declared themselves unblocked. When the police arrived, they didn't know what to do when they saw such a large crowd, so they conceded to it. Although it isn't known how long this kind of victory by residents will last, it is a manifestation of real public opinion. A resident who lives in Shenzhen told overseas Chinese media on November 4th that people in Shenzhen's urban villages couldn't stand it anymore. Having been repeatedly blocked and controlled for too long, they intended to storm the barrier that morning. We saw many residents protesting on the side of the barriers, shouting, "Let us out, let us out, let us out." They demanded to be let out, but their attempt to storm the barrier failed because of the presence of a large number of police officers. In order to prevent the people from storming the barrier again, water-filled barriers have been set up at the entrance of the neighborhood for reinforcement. On October 31st, a post appeared online claiming that the CCP top brass had held an expert group meeting to discuss options for full and conditional relaxation of epidemic prevention control, and that the goal was substantial relaxation of the control measures in March 2023. Such unconfirmed rumors triggered investors to swing into action. Stock markets in Shanghai and Shenzhen and Hong Kong stocks rebounded strongly from the recent plunge on November 1st, and the RMB currency also appreciated. But since then, China's National Health Commission said in a meeting that it stressed the implementation of the decisions of the 20th Congress. In terms of anti-epidemic work, the overall strategy is to implement the general policy of prevent external importation and internal rebound and dynamic zero. This news sent the market in a big reverse. On November 5th, the National Health Commission repeated the same line.
The National Health Commission and the National Disease Control Bureau will continue to guide localities adhering to the general strategy of preventing inbound COVID cases from abroad and prevent the rebound of cases in domestic. The country will strictly follow the general policy of dynamic zero with scientific, precise, and strict implementations of all measures to prevent and control the epidemic, overcoming deficiency with speed, and continue to strengthen the management of localized outbreaks.
This information shows that the CCP's zero-COVID policy has fallen into a self-imposed conflict. It's impossible for the central government to abandon the zero-COVID policy because it has been viewed by the government as an essential political symbol of state policy. But the damage it has done to the economy and people's livelihoods is so great that it has led to turbulent undercurrents in all sectors of China.